Guys, how we doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin evening update. So if you guys can quickly smash the likes, that would be amazing, and we can get over to these charts. So yeah, I mean, nothing's happened really at all today, has it? This is the daily. So we just had a bit of a foray, obviously up into this resistance zone again. Which I do think we've got a good chance of getting up above, and I mainly predicate that on this TD9 on the daily and TD9 on the 12-hour, which is just here, which we're already trading above now. So it is looking good, and not that I normally look at shorter term time frames, but I don't really need to look at much shorter than this, but it does kind of look like we are forming an ascending triangle, I would like to call it. I'm sure if you wanted to draw it like a bit of a wedge, you could do, but I would probably just keep it as an ascending triangle, because obviously this is pretty severe resistance. So this is where we are realistically getting rejected off, not any sort of rising trend line to the upside. So yeah, so ascending triangle, so it doesn't have to break up. And in all fairness, if it wasn't for those two TD9s, I would say that we probably wouldn't be likely to break up. We would be able to break down, but I do know they are pretty powerful, especially the dailies. So I have got actually a bit of confidence in that, being able to get us a decent bounce, in much the same way this 4-hour 9 has so far, you can see, got us a decent bounce, well, for a 4-hour time frame, that is. And also by a decent bounce, I mean in this volatility regime for BTC that we're currently in, i.e. zero volatility. But yeah, the main thing is this is what I'm looking at right here. So it's obviously an indecision candle, which is not the worst thing on the basis that the overall trend has been down. So an indecision is not obviously a continuation down. But yeah, it is a case of getting above obviously this 9 candle on the next daily, and that will, well, if we close above it, that will trigger a buy. If we trade above it, trigger an aggressive buy, or an even more aggressive buy. You could just buy now, but you are buying into resistance, which is it's just one of my rules, that I wouldn't buy into resistance or sell into support. You just wait for the breakout and consolidation, and then even if the price runs away with you, then I'd wait for a back test. And if I don't get the back test, if the price runs away and I don't get the back test, then I don't get the trade. But it keeps you out of trouble a lot more than it gets you basically trades that you may have missed. So yeah, so you just got to kind of be careful with that one. But yeah, yeah, looking kind of like we can make a move up. We've obviously got these higher lows at the moment, so I mean, realistically speaking, to buck this overall trend, just taking out this 9,500 zone will get us, will basically instigate a change of behavior, and then clearing above this 9,700, 9,800 would actually give us a definite change of behavior in Bitcoin, because obviously we could come back up to here and it will not really be a higher high. We've got to really break and get into here and start closing some well, larger time frame candles in here. So yeah, but then if we do that, I mean, that this is the harder resistance for me than this one. So that's I think if we get above that one, we've got a more than 50% chance of getting through this one, basically. And if we get through this one, it's going to be looking good for a move to 10k. And well, when we're at the top of the range, it's always more likely we're going to break through the top. So but are we going to get 9 days of upside, and then end up with a TD sell 9 up here and then come down again? But even if we do, that's not the worst thing, because realistically, if we get 9 days of upside, we'd only look for a 1 to 4 candle retracement, so a 1 to 4 day retracement on the daily time frame, and then resumption of the trend, and it could even just be a 1 day. So yeah, I mean, there's not a lot else for me to say here, in all fairness, guys. We haven't done a lot today. I mean, even if we go down to the hour time frame, and zoom this out a bit, I mean, you can see we sort of had that burst up this morning, got down, and then had a bit of volatility here. But I mean, you can pretty much see the exact range where all the candle bodies are in, and that is 91.60. Oh my gosh, it's even worse than I even thought. 91.60 to 91.86. So that's literally a $25 range for candle bodies on an hourly time frame. God, yeah, that's obviously all afternoon. Well, that's since since this morning, since obviously this candle here that burst us up. Yeah, it's absolutely pathetic, really. And even if you want to take down to here for this the last 2 days, we've got the lowest candle body, the lowest close basically of a 1 hour candle is 91.30. And then the highest is 91 well, we'll just call it 91.85. So $55. It's ridiculous. This is Bitcoin, guys. This is the wild west of trading. This is this is the high risk asset. This is, guys. This is the wild horse. This is where everything's in I mean, everything's moving in 10x speed, and then we're trading it in 100x, maybe not 100x, but yeah, so quite quiet to say the least. A lot of our DeFi alts have been having a nice little moves. We can see, I mean, I know that it's not much, but if Bitcoin moves 3%, it would be quite a lot. But that Kasama up a little bit, Kyber Network up a lot, Carver up a lot, RLC's cooling off, but this is an hour time frame. If we go to a 4 hour, you can kind of see what we've done. We're just bull flagging this out, but we are on a 4 hour 9. So but yeah, RLC has made a big move. Obviously Link, we all know what Link's been doing recently. A bit of consolidation going on now. Synthetics Network, I need to get some Synthetics Network. I don't actually own this one at present. And yeah, and I am basically waiting for an opportunity. But yeah, Synthetics up about 4%. Crypto.com up, Balancer up. Well, I can't remember what this is called. Elrond has obviously had a massive move up, as you can see. Massive move up recently. I mean, if you put it on the daily, you can see it a bit more clearly. Look, Maker, there or thereabouts. Tezos has had obviously a little bit of a pullback, but not much. But Tezos is one that I am looking at for a big breakout, actually. For a big move. Yeah, this looks like it's coiling up, and just the general trend in alts is up. So we're going to see this about $6 basically next month. I think it is very likely. That's a 2x. That's a 2x, guys. 2x. Cosmos doing really well. I mean, and we're at a trend line. We'll draw this trend line in. We are at a trend line. Look, you see all these nines, guys. Look, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. You see where they all are on these peaks. That's how the whatchamacallit, how the TD rolls. We have blasted through this 9 though, so that is usually a bullish sign. And then we've got to wait to climb up to the next 9. So I mean, this is the major trend line in Cosmos. So obviously, if we take this out, it's good times ahead, basically. We could probably draw a horizontal of sorts. You kind of have to, it's a bit difficult. We could probably draw a horizontal, so maybe we'll get some sort of, maybe if we're lucky, guys. That's a whole dollar. That, I mean, percentage wise, guys, this is a 20% move. But these are alts. I mean, if you want to look at percentage wise, in just the last month, we've gone up a 93%. So we could get a 20% move. I think this would be a good buy, this level, for a catapult above this line up to $6. 0x, there or thereabouts. ENG, Enigma. Enigma, if you think this is a good project, I'm going to pump, which I think it's a good project. It is looking good here. LTO, we've got some of this as well. This is looking very constructive, looking like it's going to make a good move, and also up 5% as well. QLC up a little bit. Haven Protocol, bull flagging it out by the looks of it. Oh, I don't like this one. This is what's that one called? We go to the what is it called? Swissborg, that's it. Swissborg had obviously this big move up, but very much bull flagging it out here. It does seem. I was buying this coin around here before this big move. CeeLo, this is not one many people look at, to be honest, so I'm just going to wait for that to 100x. Plutus up a little bit, UBT up a bit, and Ren having, well, Ren is, obviously there's nothing bearish about this chart, but I feel like we are deciding whether we want to test the 200 daily. This is a very, very aggressive moving 200 daily. You won't often see these three moving averages in such an aggressive posture, i.e. with the 200 moving up so fast with price as well. So yeah, something to look at there. We've got a very strong support. I mean, the 200 daily, if we get down to there, if it meets price around this 1.4, could be a really good buy. So yeah, just sort of look at some of our alts that we are looking at, just because obviously Bitcoin is not necessarily the most interesting asset at the moment, but we could be getting a bit of a move. We could be starting to break out this volatility. It will be either to the upside or the downside. This could be the start of the dominoes, getting above this 9,200. But the main domino for me, again, would be this 9,500. And then an easier domino. And then I think that will be it. That will do us. But obviously, we can definitely break to the downside. We'll have a quick whiz through the Stokes whilst we're here. 4 hour looks like it's going to turn back down, which doesn't bode well to say we are still basically below that resistance. 8 hour pointing up there, and 12 hour be pointing up now. So if 12 hour can pick up some steam, get to this trend line and above, then yeah, I'd really be considering the fact that we are going to make moves up. Even if we consolidate where we are, even if we consolidate where we are and potentially do test this 9k again, I do think those 12 hour Stokes starting to move up strongly will be a big driver for price action. Daily needs to turn up, and then I am greatly anticipating this weekly Stoke next tick. So yeah, that's it, guys. Remember, this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one in the morning.